National Assembly Chairman Tran Man inspects election preparations in Nghệ An.
President Trump says, major decision on Iran imminent.
Several countries urge citizens to evacuate the Middle East.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news by Nghe An Press and Broadcasting Agency. I'm Hoàng Yên, and here we go, the first headline of the show. This morning, a delegation from the National Assembly Standing Committee and the National Election Council, led by Politburo member, National Assembly Chairman, and the Chairman of National Election Councils, Thanh, just conducted an inspection of preparations for the election of deputies to the 16th National Assembly and the People's Councils at two levels for the 2026-2031 term in Nghệ An province.
National Assembly Chairman Tran Man and a central delegation inspected election preparations at Phuc Long polling station in Hung Nguyen Commune, Nghệ An Province, focusing on the public posting of voter lists, candidates' biographies, facilities and security arrangements. Noting that the area has a large Catholic population, he requested that voting schedules be arranged flexibly to facilitate both citizens' voting rights and religious activities. At a working session with the Provincial Election Committee, Nghệ An authorities reported that preparations for the election of deputies to the 16th National Assembly and People's Councils at all levels for the 2026 to 2031 term have been implemented synchronously and in accordance with regulations. The province has established 3.123 election teams, with facilities, personnel, funding and communication work fully prepared. A total of 55 polling stations will conduct early voting as planned. Concluding the meeting, the National Assembly chairman praised the province's proactive efforts and called for continued review of voter lists, strengthened public communication, and enhanced security measures to ensure the elections are held on schedule, safely and effectively, truly becoming a nationwide civic event.
On February 27th, U.S. President Donald Trump said he was facing a major decision regarding Iran as diplomatic efforts have yet to deliver the expected results.
Speaking to a crowd in Corpus Christi, Texas, where he was promoting his energy agenda, President Trump acknowledged that the choice ahead was not an easy one. He said Tehran had expressed interest in reaching an agreement but stressed that any deal must be truly meaningful. They want to make a deal, but it has to be a meaningful deal, he said. Trump also revealed that he had discussed the issue with Texas Republican Senators Ted Cruz and John Cornyn aboard Air Force One while traveling to the state. "I want to resolve the issue peacefully," the U.S. president emphasized, describing Iran as a very tough negotiating partner.
Amid growing concerns over potential conflict between the United States and Iran, several European and Asian countries have, within hours, urged and in some cases instructed their citizens to immediately leave Iran, Israel, and several other Middle Eastern countries.
On the evening of February 27, Italy became one of the latest countries to issue an advisory urging its citizens to evacuate Iran. Earlier, Poland's Ministry of Foreign Affairs also called on its nationals to immediately leave Iran, Israel and Lebanon, warning that the security situation in the Middle East remains unstable, with a high risk of escalating tensions and possible disruptions to civil aviation at any time. Across Europe, the foreign ministries of the United Kingdom, Germany and France advised their citizens to avoid travel to Israel and the West Bank under current conditions. In Asia, China was among the latest countries to urge its citizens to leave Iran as soon as possible. The wave of advisories came just one day after the United States and Iran concluded their third round of indirect talks in Geneva, Switzerland, without reaching any concrete agreement.
Upcoming are some updated news.
Today, the Management Board of the Southeast Nghệ An Economic Zone held the Job Fair, Phase 1, 2026, at VSIP Nghệ An Industrial Park. At the event, 20 enterprises operating in the industrial park directly recruited for more than 70,000 job positions offering competitive income. mainly in sectors such as electronic components, precision mechanics, auto parts, garment manufacturing and supporting industries. The job fair is expected to further implement Directive No. 33 and Project No. 40 of the Provincial Party Standing Committee on Strengthening Labor Supply-Demand Connectivity, while carrying out the Provincial People's Committee's policy to attract and stabilize the workforce for businesses.
A tourist boat carrying 41 people caught fire in Ha Long Bay on the afternoon of February 27. With all passengers and crew safely evacuated. The incident occurred aboard the tourist vessel Signature QN 7269 while it was traveling near Ko Cave within the Ha Long Bay Heritage Area. At the time of the fire, there were 41 people on board, including 30 passengers and 11 crew members. Authorities confirmed that the fire has been fully contained and the vessel did not sink. Notably, the incident caused no oil spill or negative impact on the ecosystem in the County Cave area. The site has been secured as relevant agencies conduct an investigation to determine the cause of the fire.
The Light and Heritage Festival 2026 will officially open on the evening of March 4th at Hoi An Memories Island, featuring a lantern drone performance showcasing dragon phoenix formations, combined with fireworks and an immersive live performance. The opening night is expected to deliver a unique multi-sensory experience, blending modern performance technology with traditional culture, stage arts and the heritage setting. For the first time in Hoi An, dragon phoenix symbols will appear in the night sky through lantern drone technology, creating a vivid visual spectacle above the historic FIFO cultural space. Following the opening ceremony, the Light and Heritage Festival 2026 will run through April 30th, offering a series of cultural and artistic activities throughout the period.
With infrastructure development identified as a top priority, Nghệ An is mobilizing all available resources to transform previously undeveloped areas into modern industrial zones, positioning itself to capture the global shift in investment flows. More in the story today.
Over the past 5 years, Nghệ An has recorded a remarkable breakthrough in foreign direct investment, FDI, attraction, transforming from a developing locality into one of Vietnam's emerging FDI hubs.
Up to last year, we celebrated our 10 years anniversary. And going forward, we intend to plan with the authorities for expansions to Nghe An 4 towards Thanh Highway. And that is our plan going forward. And then there's another key drivers for this year for our development, which is our commercial and residential township development.
2026, the development of the WSA Industrial Zone 2 is a very significant step to ensure WSA is ready to capture the next wave of FDI into Nghe An. As Phase 1 is expected to be absorbed quickly with several large investors commencing operations in 2026. Phase 2 is being prepared.
By the end of 2025, with investors from 14 countries and territories, total registered FDI capital in the Southeast Economic Zone had reached $6.45 billion United States dollars, affirming its position as a bright spot on Vietnam's investment and high-tech manufacturing map. The FDI momentum is also accelerating labor market restructuring in the province. Between 2021 and 2025, the Southeast Economic Zone and industrial parks created employment opportunities for more than 110,000 workers.
Although I live quite far away, the company provides shuttle transportation. Despite having worked here for only 2 months, I find the working environment to be very positive.
After nearly a year working at the company, I appreciate that the workplace is close to my home and family. With a monthly income of around 10 to 12 million Vietnamese dongs, the salary is considered reasonable.
In 2026, facing demand for approximately 90,000 new workers, The province will continue organizing job fairs and employment exchanges to strengthen labor supply-demand connections between workers and businesses operating in the economic zone.
The last story just ended our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now.